Welcome to the session. In this session, I'm going to show you how to install Oracle Database 19C on OEL-9. Recently, Oracle has been announced. Oracle 19C database has been certified with OEL-9, Oracle Enterprise Linux 9 and RHEL, Red Hat Linux Enterprise 9 versions. So, but this I have divided into two parts. In the first part, I'm going to show you how to download and install OEL-9 on Oracle Virtual Machine or VirtualBox. It's a part one, and then the next part I'm going to show you how to install this database. So if you want to show this completely, it may take more than 120 minutes, more than 90 or 120 minutes. So I have divided it in two parts. Okay, first of all, we have to have identify, right, whether it is certified or not. Only we are listening from somebody, we heard from somebody and all, right? So first of all, we need to check not only this one, each and everything, as and when Oracle products related things. If you want to see the certification metrics, that is one important thing, guys. Even one update for this one is Oracle product, Oracle database management product has been confirmed. This Oracle database 23 has been certified. This is already there, but officially they want to mean for productions and live database servers 23C might be in the first quarter of next year. They may released for long term. This is also one time or for the production management. And as of now, it is for the demos, and if you want to do the test environments practice, 23 has released already. So same way they have offered this. It will be certified on OEL-9, which it's already certified. 19C is certified with OEL-9. I'll show you right away that one. From where we need to check all the certification metrics and all, and where we need to download the softwares. I'll show you. To download the softwares, we need to log in edelivery.oracle.com. But for the certification metrics, we need to log in with support.oracle.com. Here you can use your own account. If you don't have any account, register as a new user. If you have an account, you can log in to My Oracle Support. Use your credentials, otherwise you can create account here by using your personal mail ID. You can create it. Once you have logged in, this is the site, guys, where you can able to create the technical SRs and non-technical SRs. Everything you can able to see these things. But here our motto is want to show you the certification metrics. In the top, we have a certification metrics option. Click on the certifications. And here you can select for the product is Oracle database. So type Oracle database. I already searched it, no, so that I'm getting this information here itself, Oracle database. And what is the release? We have to select the release also. It is 19.000. You have to select this release. Major versions we need to select, guys. And platform, any platform we are going to, by default it is, but which operating system you are going to use, Fujitsu or HP, IBM, IIX, or Linux, ARM, what kind of operating system you are going to use it. In our demo instance, I'm using Oracle Linux x86 64 beta. So I'm going to select with Oracle x86 64 Oracle Linux 9. Whether it is certified with this release or not, let me click on the search option. It will give you the certified metrics for this. Once we clicked on this, we used to get it here. Oracle, see here, clearly they mentioned 19.000 is certified Oracle Linux and Oracle 9. Clear, guys? In this way, we need to select it. We need to identify the certification metrics, whether it is certified or not. Officially, it is certified. Clear? Then we need to download the softwares. So we saw the certified, right, metrics, certified metrics for metrics with OEL-9 and Oracle 19C DB. Clear? Now we need to download this softwares, guys, by using edelivery.oracle.com site. I have already opened it here. This is edelivery.oracle.com site. Sign in. Same thing. It is a single sign-on, guys. If you logged in once, automatically it will not prompt you. The same credentials you can use for edelivery.oracle.com. Here you can download Oracle Linux. Type Oracle Linux 9 if you can mention, that will come. Otherwise, it's the latest one is Oracle Linux 9.2. If you want to download this, click on this part. It will add to your cart. Here it will be added. View cart. See, view items. And you can download the database also parallelly, Oracle database 19c and set it. You will get this Oracle database 19c. Here it is Oracle database in memory. We can download Oracle 19c 19.3 Enterprise Edition, guys. Select this one. So this also added to our, these are all the softwares. If you want, you can go through it more on it. As part of this session, we are going to limit it to this features or functionalities only. So Oracle Linux 9.2 I'm going to download. Oracle Database Enterprise Edition 19.3 I'm going to download. These two I have added. Then proceed, continue. Here we need to select on which platform, x86 64 platform we are going to use, not the Fujitsu, not the HPM or IBM. So I'm going to select a Linux x86 64 for all the things. Even for this also x86 64 bits. See here, this one size is 26.7 GB, remaining all are these things. These many things are not required. You can unselect it, everything here and select only this long-term release. For this, it is showing 26.7 GB. It is not required. Let it be and click on continue. As of now, we are going to download this long-term release only, not the client and other things is not required, guys. We are not downloading the grid also. We are downloading standalone database long-term. Okay, click on continue. We need to accept the license agreement and click here in the down left-hand side. You can mark it checkbox, then continue. Otherwise, you will not get the continue option. Here, it's a 2.8 gig. That is fine. And here it is all there, right? OEL, Oracle Enterprise Linux related softwares. DVD version, if you want, you can download it. It's a 15.3 GB and other things. It is not required for me. This is also not required. If you want to download these things, you can download those also. That is fine. I don't want this as well. I don't want this as well. You can download this 9.6 GB of Oracle Linux Update 6.2. If it is high, right, I mean, why it is having all this much of size, right? It is including most of the RPMs, all the dependent softwares and all will be there. If you want to install only this one later on by using DNF or M utilities, you can update those RPMs manually. Your server should be in internet, enable it, right? So then you can do that as well. That is also possibility is there. But in my case, I'm going to download this 9.6 GB for OEL software 9 version 9. I'm updated to latest one, guys, and the database version. So click on download. Your download manager will be there. That will be download first. And from the download manager, see the download manager has been downloaded. From this download manager, you can able to select which location you want to download it. So click here. This is the download manager. So if you select this one in C drive downloads, it is going to select. Click on next. Automatically the software will be downloaded. In my case, I have downloaded these softwares and I placed it in my D drive softwares. Okay, I have the softwares, virtual machines and the software. See, I have the latest patches I have downloaded and where it is, this one. 19C databases I have downloaded 982063, right? 982063. This I have already downloaded. And what else? 1035417 software, right? Let me show you that OEL-9. This one 1035417. I have downloaded that. Around how much size it is having? 9.56. Here, how much? 9.656. It's around figure it is showing 9.6, 9.56. Above 9.5 it is there. That's where it is. Okay, in that way we have to download it, guys. So download is completed. Software's download is completed. Now I want to make sure take the snapshot and I'll paste it to here, which software I have downloaded for this lab. So it is easy for you guys also when you refer these things, snapshots. I'll post these snapshots in my blog. Okay, and there you can able to see this information. Done, guys. We have downloaded. Now we need to prepare the virtual machine. Prepare the VM virtual machine. So I'm using this one, Oracle VM VirtualBox I'm going to use. I have already saw a few of the machines. If you want to create a new machine, click on this new button, Control R and Control N also it will work out. Control N also it will work out. Or else press on this new button, it will come. So I'm going to create a new virtual machine like Racks 2, Racks 1 and Demo DB. I have created these machines, right? Likewise, I'm going to create OEL-9 Oracle 19. So OEL9 is my machine name. OEL9 and Oracle 19 I'm going to, like, or else Vara 19 I'll mention. Vara 19. Vara 19 is my database purpose. I'm going to install this 19CR. This any one of that name you can give, guys. There is no specific naming convention. For our understanding purpose, you can give anything. OEL9 Vara 19 is my machine name, and which location you want to install, you can see the space and all, then only you can install this. I am mentioning OEL9 location, guys. In my E drive OEL9, I'm going to create this machine, and whatever the size I'm going to assign, that will be assigned for this. And it is the type is Linux machine. It is not Solaris and any other thing. It is a Linux machine I'm going to create. How much memory you are going to give? I'm going to give around 6 GB. 6 GB of memory and 2 processes I'll give. It will be quicker, my process. According to your memory, you can hardware, you can assign the RAM at CPU counts. CPU count I given 2 and RAM is 6 GB. Click next. Hard disk, how much minimum? I mean, if you want to apply the CPU patches and other things, it is better. You can go with the more. I'll go with 70 gig. As of now, I'm going with 70 gig. Why? Because if I want to apply the CPU patches, it required a more size. Okay, 70 gig minimum for storage. So this machine is ready, guys. Machine is ready without the OS. First, I'm going to create empty machine. Then I loaded the OS image or ISO image which I downloaded. Click on finish. See here, my machine is created here. Now what we need to do, we need to set up this machine. Okay, in the general, we need to select an advanced, enable the bidirectional copy paste options. That is one thing. Display is not required. Storage, here we need to controller. Empty is there, right? Here we need to load our disk. Where I have downloaded my disk, let me choose the disk from my location. See, OEL9 is 10354. The same thing, right? We have downloaded 1035417. This one I'm going to select it. So I have loaded my ISO image, Linux operating system image here. Then audio is not required. Network, you can enable this. Host only adapter, and one is fine, but in my case I'm going to use 2 adapters to access my servers through the internet, and also locally also I can able to access it. And create a shared folder. It will be helpful for you to download the softwares in your local machine and access it to remote, this OEL server. Which location I'm going to create? I'm going to create with this location, and what are all the softwares here, right? I can able to access all the softwares, database software, patches, everything I can download into my machine. That folder I can access it through this machine. That's where I'm going to create this shared folder. That we need to mount it, auto mount. Okay, if you want to give the mount name, it will give it to you. You can give it, otherwise it's default, it will take it up. If you want to provide only read only, you can give it. As of now, I'm giving read write access. So here it is saying auto mount yes, access equal to full read write access. That's it, guys, nothing much. Our machine is ready. I have prepared my machine with network files, shared folder, RAM and processes. Everything is ready. Now we have to click on start. If you click on start, means it will, whatever the software we have uploaded here, right, that will be booted. Then our system is ready to install OEL9. So it is going to powering up. Once it is going to power up, it is going to booting our software. See here, Oracle Linux 9.2. Click on up arrow. Click on up arrow. As of now, it is selected this one. I don't want that. I'm going to select install Oracle Linux 9.2. Let me take a snap and let it be. Okay. If you want to click on next, enter, press enter, it is going to next level. So it is now boot has been initiated, guys. Once it is done, all the softwares which are there 9.6 GB, that is going to take it up. There we need to set up something. Okay, one by one we need to select it. When you're going with this one, right, the test of this media and install, we will get limited functionalities. If you go with the complete thing, you have to select this one. So now we, by default, it is showing Bharat and Hindi. This is recent, guys. Everyone knows, right? The name is going to change India to Bharat. So select the language is English and United States. Then let me take off this snapshot as well. Snapshot. Here we need to select the language which you want. That's it. Then click on next, where it is. Continue. Wait for some time. Here it is no, whatever it is showing yellow color, right? Whatever it is showing an yellow mark, that we need to fulfill that. That should not be shown. Then only we will get the begin install option. As of now, it is not enabled, right? See here, as of now, it is not enabled. We have to fix this yellow color things. Note this, please complete items marked with this icon and continue to the next. Okay. Continue to the next. After mark once fixed up. So we will fix up one by one. Okay, first what is showing here, installation destination. So it is asking to give the partitions. Okay, give this partition. As of now, default is this thing. Select on this and click on this disk. So make it custom. Earlier we used to take manually create. Click on this custom thing and mention, click on done. If you click on done means it will be complete. It will redirecting to another page. Okay, what else we need to make? It's a custom. Select this thing and here we need to mention that. Once that is done, then click on done. Here we need to create a manually. That's where, right? Select this one instead of LVM. Click on standard partition. And if you want to create manually, you can create it here. Whatever the mount points you want. If you want to see the mount points name, boot is there, root is there. Root I'll give 5 gig. Add mount. And create one more. And I need a swap. Swap I'll give 6 gig. Add mount point and click one more. Boot or which one you want. Boot you can create with 1 gig. That's it, guys. These three are important. That is fine. Where and other things is not required. And create your original mount point where you are going to install your database. I'm going to use for U01 is my mount point where I'm going to use my these things. Okay, 55 gig I'm going to mention. Remaining 3 gig, leave it as it is, and if as and when it is required, we can use that. And once it is done, click on done thing. Okay. Then if you want to adjust that also, you can take that as well. Create these partitions manually and leave it as it is. Then what else? Click on done. It will ask you the confirmation, accept the changes. So the yellow mark is completed, right? Now it is fine. Again, we need to select the softwares. If you are select server with GUI, it is fine, guys. Other things, everything, these are all the software selections which we want to go ahead and then install. If you want to select all of these things, you can select it. If you want to select any specific things, you can select those also. As of now, it's a demo instance, so I'm going to select it. Normally everything if you want you can select it, but I'm going to select some of them. File system storage, FTP, guest editions, guest agents. I'm going to implement invader, network service system, network servers, performance tools, remote management, Linux, Windows, virtualization client, virtualization tools. You can select everything, guys. There is no specific requirement. This feature is required, then only you can enable according to your client requirement, according to your requirement, then only you can select all these things. As of now, I'm going to use the compatibilities and other things, whatever the names which I am thinking, I'm going to select it, those things. That's it, nothing much. System tools and security, that's it. I'm not going to use whatever I am going to select. You don't need to select all those things. You can select everything, or else you can just leave it as it is and then go ahead and then install and see if anything goes wrong, right? Later on you can look into it, that part. But I don't think so you will not get any issues even though you are not selecting. Only thing is If it is error out, right, it won't give, it will give you this here itself, it will give you the yellow color warning, right? Here itself, it will give you the yellow color warning. Otherwise, it is not, it is clear, right? That's where enabling this thing, if you want, you can disable it. That is fine. Network host and adapter. Here, it is important, guys. Why? Because we are going to mention what host name we are going to use for our server. OEL. The machine name and host name, I'm going to keep the same thing. Okay, and here whatever the machine name I have given, virtual machine OEL-9 or 19, if you want to keep the same name, you can keep it. Otherwise, you can keep it Oracle 19c database or test database, whatever the name you want. I'll keep the same name, that's why. Okay, or else for our understanding purpose, raxdb 01. I'm keeping raxdb 01 for your thing, guys, because as of now our host name is localhost, but I'm going to change it raxdb 01. Apply it, it will be changed raxdb 01. So if you want to keep, you can keep same thing, same name also, you can keep it. But for our understanding purpose, somebody will watch this video and they are thinking, okay, I need to give the same name for this machine or else what. So it is not required. According to your requirement, your understanding purpose and client requirements, what name they want to keep, you can use the same thing. Okay. Click on that. Network thing is completed, and language, the keyboard is fine. United States language is fine. Or else, if you want to change the language also, you can change it. That is a time and zone. It is by default, it is picked up Asian Kolkata. If you want to change the time and zone, that is changed it. And begin install, we are not yet received, right? When it will be given. There should not be any marked icons, yellow color. We need to set the root password. Root password should be stronger one you can use. Okay, see here, allow root SSH login. This is important, guys. If you are not allowing, means you cannot able to connect this. Lock root get like mint account means it is by default, it will be locked. No need to lock that. Allow root SSH login with the password. Okay, I have said this. It is important, guys. In most of the environments, in earlier versions and this version is the difference. This is one difference, guys. In after installation, I'll show you where exactly we got some errors and other things. In the differences in OEL 8 and 9 and lower versions of this 9, we have here only ways to get that. Okay, let me click on done. The press again password again. That is fine. So everything is done. Now I should get this. Not enough file system. Current selection is additional 6.9 GB is needed. Where it is going to use the root.sh1, right? There it is required around 7 GB is needed. It is going to throw an error. So I'm going to installation destination location. Here it is. I'm going to click on select this. Done. Here we have some issue with the storage. Root I have given 5 gig, right? So I'm going to reduce this. How much I'm going to reduce? 52 gig. I'll give 51. So 4 gig I'm going to reduce this. And that 4 gig I'm going to use it here. 7 GB is there, right? I'll give 12 gig here. So when it is going to install the softwares, the size it is not showing properly. That's where I have increased this root, okay, to 12 gig. Now we got this begin install. See here, if you don't have a sufficient storage, it will throw an error. It won't allow you to install that. It required a minimum of 7 gig. I have given 5 gig. That's where it is going to throw an error. Now I have given 12 gig. It is allowed me to begin installation. I have set the root password as well. Now everything is cool. Now we are going to install. Click on the begin install button. Then we are good to start the installation of Oracle 9 OEL-9 9.2 installation, guys. It will take some couple of minutes. Okay, I'll go on pause and then I'll get back once the software has been installed. See how many packages are going to download. It will show you the count also. 1000 or 1600 or 1500. I'll show you that also. Give me a minute and then so we have preparing the transactions for installation source. So that is where don't go with 40 gig or 50 gigs scenarios. Go with complete 70 minimum or 60 gig of size storage. And 100 gig, if you have sufficient storage, go with 100 gig of your database home. Even in real time, you can ask them for 150 gig or 200 gig from 19C onwards. Okay, 200 gig mount point you required to install your database softwares. There also you need to install some patches and all, right? There also it is required some extra storage. So you have to plan for sufficient storage. See here, it is showing 1653. It is these all RPMs. It is going to download and it is going to install. Once that installation portion is completed, downloading from the disk only, guys. It is not from the internet. Okay, as of now, we are having 9.3 GB of OEL version. We have completely downloaded. Those are going to install on this machine. Okay, libs all are C supported. Sys network, glib, lib, vim. These are all required things, guys. And one more prerequisite I'll tell you as once I have started the database installation part. One important note over there. Okay, I'm going to pause it here, and once it is done, I'll get back to you guys. It will take time around 10 to 15 minutes. So our installation has been completed. Now we need to do the reboot. And also before going to that, you can see this use of this product is subject to the license agreement. Okay, we have to accept this license. Click on the reboot system. And then once it is rebooted, we need to accept the license and then we need to log in. Yep, it's all going to rebooting. We have to accept the license and then only it is going to allow us to log into these things. In this also rebooting and other things, it depends upon your system performance. See guys, Oracle has been changed their color from red to green. See, to set up, welcome to Oracle Linux server, start setup. Okay, click on this. If you go here, this one. If you want to see this, click on the start setup, that is fine. If you want to take a snap, you can take this and post it here. The privacy and all, click on next, it is not required. Default values, these are all default values. Click on next and the skip things, this is not required. If you want, you can do the skip things. And here, if you want to create another user, you can create this one. If you want to give that or enterprise login, if you are providing that enterprise login, it will go ahead and then ask you to provide that as well. Make it test. That's it. Nothing much. Next, password for that. Use the test password. Even if it is low, that is fine. It won't take much. In a real version, we used to get as part of that installation only. It will show us. Okay, as part of that installation only, we are going to see this user creation part. Now it has been given here. See, start using Linux server. All done. Now we have successfully completed the OEL-9 installation part. Let me click on this. So once one important thing is that once you have clicked on that button, take your tour is not required. Click on the no thanks. That is fine. It is not required. If you want, you can elaborate it and they will show you what needs to be done, what are all the prerequisites for this and all those things, navigation buttons, how we are going to access this. They will show you that as well. Only one thing is here, the changes. Here it is showing all the options. Here it is. You have to click on the terminal. We need to take the terminal. Once we have done with that, then click on the device. We have to install this instant guest addition details, guys. Without this, we cannot able to perform the things. Some of the shared folder, if you want to access it, okay, those will not work out. So that's where you have to have, after immediate installation, guest additions you need to install. Okay, install guest editions is very, very important as part of your OEL, Oracle Enterprise Linux installations. Let me click on that part. Okay, so devices, install the guest edition CD thing. It will ask you to run it and thing. Okay, once you clicked over there, and then it will ask you to select this, run it. It won't take more than a minute. It will be very quicker, but it is very important. Click on run. It is going to ask this password test instance, whatever you have logged in, right? It is going to install in your test. Okay, better you can take this as root user, authenticate this one. As of now, it is going to use the test instance and it is going to install it. Later on, what I can do is I'll try to log in with root user and then I'll try to install this guest editions. So the guest editions, it won't take more than a minute. Almost done, guys. See, running the kernel module will not be replaced until the system is restarted. Whatever the kernels has been updated by using this, that's it, guys. Press enter, it will be done. Also, if you are not going to do that, the full screen mode also we will not see it. Let me try. I have given this, right? Let me open this as full screen. See here, now I got the full screen. Earlier I will not get that. Okay, let me press enter. Now I'm not going to execute it here. I'm going to change the user and then lock it. Okay, no problem. I'm not going to use that. Okay, let me log in. I want to log into root user. Suspend power off, restart logout. Okay, that is fine. Close this, power off. I'm going to powering off this machine. Why? Because the features which are installed that should be coming into the picture when you have restarted your machine. But what I'm trying to do is I'm going to reinstall that start like GUI, these things, whatever I have installed, right? What is this? Guest editions. Yeah, guest editions I need to install with root user. I'm going to do that. Earlier, just before I used with the test user, even I faced one time using the test user. Why? Because most of the things will done under root user. Anything is fine, but the thing is that the shared folder and other things will not come into the root user level if you are not going to install the. So I'm not going to log in with the test. I'm going to log in with the root user, root, and the root password. Here I'm going to, again, I'll get these things, the screens which I got it in a test user, first login, right? Whatever the user you are going to get it, the first logins, you used to get all those things, next, and other things. Here I haven't installed the guest editions. Again, click on this, install the guest editions. Wait for this, that thing, whether it is showing or not. If it's already installed, I don't think so it will allow you to rerun it again. If it is not there, then only it will ask us. I have installed using the test user. Okay, it is not allowing me. Why? Because it is already there. If you want, you can unmount that and then only we can commit it. This one we need to unmount, then only it will allow you to reinstall it. So that's fine now. As of now, I used to see, I could able to see this my shared drive. Then that is fine. Until unless you are not seeing this, you can reinstall this guest editions using root user. As of now, it is working with other user as well. Okay. First of all, we need to check the host names file. We need to update it, etc host. And I want to show you etc release Red Hat release version. What version we have installed? 9.2, guys, successfully. Okay. If you want to see, this is the maximize one. If you want to increase the font size and other things, okay, you can increase or resize the things, file or preferences. You can set up the font size and other things. So that is another way. I have shown in another one of that video how we are going to do these things. So if you want to access the menu, right, click on activities. It will come to you and you can select this. Okay, this one, here it is, maximize it. So what is my IP address which I am using? Using if config, you can able to see that. See, I'm using 192.168.56.132 is my IP address for this database machine. And I need to add that in my etc host. See here, host name. This is my host name, raxdb. Okay, let me add it that into my etc host. That is one important thing, guys. After you install the Red Hat Linux, you have to add your IP 168.56.132. What is your host name? You have to enter that host name here. raxdb01. Okay, rax tab racs db01 racs db01 dot local domain. That's it, guys. Save it. Okay, then you try to ping 192.168.56.132. It is pinging. That is fine. So I have updated my etc host with this. Now I can able to try to access it. I can access it. If you want to update the M repository in from Oracle Linux 9 onwards, you can use this. Okay, via etc cat add this entry, and then we need to update the M repository. If you want to access this IP outside of your virtual machine, right, from my local machine, if I want to access it, let me try to access it. Okay, I'm going to give this and the root user, accept it and provide the root password, accept it, done. So I'm able to access my machine outside the virtual machine, guys. Okay, increase here, I can show you clearly compared to the virtual machine thing. So what is my version? etc Red Hat releases, it is showing 9.2. Another way how we are going to find the OS name, Unix name, uname-r, uname-a. It will show you what version you have installed. EL9 means Enterprise Linux 9. So now we need to update the M repository for, and also we need to update our prerequisites. As part of our 19C installation, we need to install this prerequisite. And also if you want to update the M, DNF is the utility where you are going to install. Instead of M command, you can use DNF in OEL-9. From 8 onwards, you are going to use DNF. M also it will work out. Okay, let me show you this. And also we need to set up some of the configurations. Things I'll show you that as well. Okay. I'm not going to do this update dnf-update equal to y. I'm not going to do that. It may take a couple of minutes. It is not required. Simply, I'm going to install the prerequisite for the database 19C dnf install-y. And before that, I want to see you. I mean, for the database installation part, prerequisites are need to install the required RPMs and need to create the users and groups. But I'm going to show you Oracle user is not created. Database needs to be installed in your separate user, not with the root user. For that, we need to create a Oracle user in our earlier operating systems. Okay, but as part of this prerequisite from 8 or 7 onwards, I think 19C onwards, as part of this pre-installation, Oracle user is going to create automatically with the groups. Let me install this. Okay, as of now, I checked ID Oracle, no such user, and groups, no groups. I'm going to install this. Okay, let me install this RPM. After finishing of this RPM, we'll see that whether the user has been created and or not. So this is an important RPM which needs to be installed before the database. Now I'm planning to install Oracle 19C database. I'll upload that as part of the part 2. This is part 1 for Linux operating system installation guides. So once it is done, I don't think it won't take much time. It is almost done. Yeah, it is almost done. So what it is going to do is it is going to update your system parameters also. Some of the manual tasks which you need to do in earlier versions. What else? We need to do, right? We need to update the sysctl configuration parameters, some other kernel parameters and limits. How much limit we need to provide? All these things we need to do manually earlier. Now from 19C onward, they have included all these OS level prerequisites in Oracle 19C prerequisite RPM. They have included all those things. So now we have successfully installed the RPM. So let me take a snap of this, and then we'll show you ID Oracle. Oracle has been created or not. Database prerequisite RPM. So we have installed that. Let me, okay. Then take one more snap of this. I'll show you ID, right? ID Oracle. Previous it is not shown. Now it is, see, ID has been created with the Oracle user. OInstall is the primary group, and other groups also there. DBA, OPA, backup them, DSB. All these needs to be created manually, and we need to assign those groups to Oracle. Earlier, now it is not required. It by default it is going to assign. All this user will be created, and this will be assigned. What we need to do is we need to reset the password for Oracle. Passwd is the command to reset the password for Oracle user. So it is asking to put the new password. I'm going to provide the new password and re-enter the new password. That's it. I have resetted the password. Only this thing we need to do it, guys. In earlier versions, it has been reduced our manual work a lot. So I have resetted the password for Oracle. Now what I need to do is, whatever the software I want to install, database software 19C, I have to log into this OS user, Oracle user, and then I need to install it. And one more thing is that this etc SELINUX config file, the parameter, it is by default is offense, what is enforcing mode. We need to disable this. How we need to do is, we can edit that parameter and make it disable. It is enabled by default. We are going to disable it. Enforcing. If you want, you can keep the same thing. Okay. Enter the new line and copy paste this thing. D. By default, the values are here. It is disable. I'm going to mention enforcing is this. Why it will happen, right? The security policy is enforced. If you mention security policy, it is not going to enable any security policies. Okay, disable means no Selenium, Linux security policy. In real time, right? We have to have enable this thing in our organizations to enable the security. But our POC or demo instance, right? This one for practice purpose, it is not for the organization. So I'm going to disable this. Save it. I'm going to take a snap of this. So it will be helpful as and when somebody wants to modify the parameter, seeing this. Okay. Save and exit. Earlier it is in enforcing one. We have changed this one to disable one. That's it. This is one thing, guys. And apart from that, our remaining things, the limits and all prerequisite configuration, these things we don't need to modify anything. This already updated by the prerequisite RPM which we have installed. That will taking care of all these parameter values. See here, these all values has been updated by that self, that RPM itself. No need to modify all these things, guys. No, it is fine. So just we need to stop the disable the firewall. It is fine to in our test environment, right? This is fine. We have to disable the RPM like firewall. If you want to see the status of the firewall, you can use status. See, firewall is disabled. It is not enabled. Deactivated successfully. Firewall is not enabled. Firewall also we need to stop that. That is the one thing which we need to take. We did all these things, right? Now what I need to do is, this concludes our database prerequisites and Linux installation. We have a couple of RPMs which is required. Most of them already installed. Okay, most of them already installed. If you want, you can again initiate. You can submit this complete list. Okay, at one go. This most of the RPMs has been already installed, but it is required for your 19C database prerequisite. See here, group add, these things we are not doing. This will be taken care by the RPM itself. So let me initiate those RPMs and then I'll reboot it. All I have copy pasted. I'm going to press enter. That's it. See here, some of the RPMs it is saying nothing to do, means the RPM is not required to install. Okay, and some of the RPMs it is going to initiate it and it is going to install. So lib related things it is going to install. So it is going to take couple of minutes, and then I'll get back you guys. Once this RPMs is installed, we will reboot it, and then our OEL-9 Oracle Enterprise Linux has been successfully installed. As of now, it is installed. Prerequisites we are doing now for 19C database installation purpose. Okay, let me pause it here and then I'll get back once this RPMs has been installed. So whatever the RPMs which I mentioned, all RPMs has been installed successfully. Now I'll do one quick reboot of my machine in X6. It is for rebooting the machine. Okay, it is required after I have installed. Then we can try to connect with Oracle user. After it is going to reboot. Reboot is in progress. So let me show you that once it is reboot is done, then we will see the login page of the OEL Oracle Enterprise Linux 9. Then we go ahead and go to start with Oracle Database 19C installation part. So almost done. Waiting for the loading page or login. Yeah, it is done. So Oracle Linux, if you want to log in Oracle user, here it is, right? If you want, we have created this, we haven't created, but we have resetted the password for this. Let me log in here with this IP with Oracle user 192.168.56.132 with Oracle user. Oracle. And what is the password for that? Oracle is the password. Done. So increase the font size. If you want to restart, press R, it will be restarted. Done, guys. Now we are good to proceed with our database upgrade. Now we have successfully installed OEL-9 Enterprise Linux 9. So Linux 9 and the database name is RacksDB. So thanks for watching. Now I'm going to show you the next part. In the next part, I'll show you how to install our database. Thank you.